You're listening to LBM Talk Social Media, a social media guide for lumber and building materials specialists. Tune in every other Thursday for conversations and practical strategies for expanding your reach. Okay, I think it's time to get social. Hey listeners, welcome back, or welcome if you're new, to another episode of LBM Talk Social Media. Today I have a guest on who is kind of maybe a friend of a friend, or someone that was introduced to me through another industry connection, and his name is Adam Pettit, and he is the marketing director for Red River Lumber Company. And so Adam, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Adam?
Well, I started with Red River Lumber in 2012 and kind of transitioned into the marketing role, I would say around mid-2013. And previous to that, I would spend 8 years working at Home Depot through college. So combined total experience in the industry, we're at 21 years, which is very hard to believe it's been that long. Wow.
So were you the one that started the social media pages for Red River Lumber?
They were, an account was created, but that was so long ago that I'm not even sure that business pages were in existence.
Wow.
Maybe they were, but the Red River Lumber page was not a business page. It was a personal profile where like the first name was Red River and the last name was Lumber.
Gosh.
Which I don't know. Maybe some people still do that today. I don't know. But that's how long ago it was. So we had to get that converted over. And I think that, back then people were still kind of hesitant or didn't take Facebook seriously as a marketing tool. But I guess you could include us maybe in that too, because we didn't really get serious about it until 2015. That's when we started running paid ads and started using it more as a tool than just as a casual, just, something else that you would maybe try to advertise on. I guess less as a toy and more as a tool would be a good way to explain it.
Yeah. So what do you feel as a marketer who's been doing this for a while? What do you feel like are the advantages of social media when it comes to marketing? And that also includes, so organic, but that also includes paid content.
Well, for us, it's been the targeting aspect of it, and also the analytics. You can kind of see, how many people are seeing what you're putting out there, and a lot of the traditional forms of advertising, you're not going to get any of that. You just hope that it's performing. So it's been a big deal for us to be able to measure the effectiveness of what we're doing outside of, there's the sales side that we definitely wanted to translate to, but just like the engagement, and it's a lot more conducive to building a brand.
Social media can really tell you a lot, because it's pretty obvious. You get comments on posts. It's like, okay, wow. And you can see who's commenting, if they're, maybe you know them, maybe you don't, maybe they're from your community. Like it's pretty just at face value. You are seeing kind of how well content is doing.
Yes.
Yeah. So what does your kind of content strategy look like? Because I see that you do post organic content to Facebook, to Instagram, and I notice you have 2 separate Facebook accounts for your lumber company, for your design center. So when it comes to social media, like what does it look like for you, like accumulating that content and then also putting it out and kind of like what are you trying to highlight on the more organic side?
Our people, primarily. We're a big believer in the positive impact that the know, like, and trust factor has. We want people that have never been to our stores to feel like they know who works there. To feel like they already know our people. They're already familiar with them. It's beneficial for our people because our customers have already warmed up to them, but it's also beneficial for the customers to kind of have an idea of who they're dealing with. You know, somebody that's going to take care of them, somebody that they can trust. So that's our primary approach. But of course, we also highlight products, and we're always launching new products, adding new items to, especially our design center, new programs, and we tend to highlight products and services more on the paid side of things, and then for our organic, it's more what we do in the community, and then our people.
Yeah, I've noticed you guys have shared some really beautiful products on your Facebook. I think there were like some new, I'm guessing, countertop slabs that came in. And I just noticed that post got some great engagement because it's gorgeous. And some really great clear photos. And then I also noticed that, yeah, it's the photos of your employees, your team that people just love to see. And that is just, a common experience is highlighting your people really does well. Facebook is such a community platform. I'll definitely give Facebook that. It's not my favorite platform, but I think when it comes to local businesses, it's like a perfect platform because you have a lot of followers that are in your community.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. To me, I guess if you're talking about what the different platforms are, kind of our approach, Instagram, we try to use it as more of inspiration to inspire customers to dream about what their project could be, and then of course get them to take action, to visit our showroom or call us or to engage with us so that we can help them. But yeah, Facebook is definitely more community focused, and people love to see people they know highlighted, spotlighted, recognized by their company. And so we've taken notice on that, and we try to post that way.
I love that inspirational thing. It like going on Instagram and seeing a beautiful home or just like the most gorgeous, I don't know, part of a house. It's like kind of some FOMO, some inspiration. I like that.
Yeah.
So when it comes to LinkedIn, I noticed that you post a lot on your personal LinkedIn page or I've seen in the past, and you kind of repost that to your company page. What's kind of the strategy on LinkedIn for you guys there as well? Because I know that personal LinkedIn pages are really powerful and sometimes more advantageous than, company pages.
Right. And that's been a big focus of ours this year, especially, is to encourage our salespeople to, number one, create their LinkedIn profile if they haven't already, and then build it out with some company branding, but also create their own posts. And I've even written posts for some of our employees that is about the company, but is more their tone of voice. I guess you'd call it sort of ghostwriting, just to get them going and show them what it can be, what it could be, and then kind of give them, I guess, some guidelines to kind of go by. That's kind of the dream for me, is to have this massive template library that our employees can go and pull from and share to their own personal pages, and then add some commentary, as opposed to just relying solely on the business pages to be the voice. because it kind of goes back to the know, like, and trust factor. I think it can sometimes mean more coming from an employee than from a logo, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
So yes, definitely LinkedIn it's going to be a big deal for us. It's starting to be a big deal for us. We've had 2 or 3 employees really take to it to start posting their own content.
Yeah. So do you kind of also see LinkedIn as, for me, I see it, it's a lot of networking. So those individual accounts are really important. And I love to hear that people have really taken to it, because in my experience, it can be kind of fun. Like when you do start to make connections on that platform and maybe people are commenting and you're just building your network, that can be like a great professional asset and just fun.
Yeah, LinkedIn, I've noticed it's a place of encouragement and rooting for people. Like I rarely see like negative comments on LinkedIn. It's typically somebody celebrating something professionally, and then all these people kind of track with that post with the same. They're celebrating with them.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I think that LinkedIn is a really great asset for our industry, just in terms of like when you brought up sales, making those B2B connections. And, I'm not exactly sure like how many contractors and such are on LinkedIn. Maybe you can share your experience, but yeah, it just helps build strong industry relationships, which I think is helpful.
Well, I think the general contractors or the commercial contractors have pretty strong presence on LinkedIn, and so we try to align what products we offer that make sense for them to make that connection and to also build awareness, educate, and it's more of a one-to-one connection, I guess, instead of where I guess a company could follow a company, but I think it's more beneficial for a salesperson to take the initiative to reach out to employees of that company.
Totally. And then that salesperson also has their own personal platform, that people can come to and look at and be like, oh, I can learn about this person here, through what they're posting, and just kind of get a little bit of a taste for who they are.
Right.
So, yeah. Yeah. So you mentioned YouTube, and I have looked at your YouTube, and seems like you guys have a bit of some intention, some strategy there. I think YouTube is a fantastic platform, so I'd kind of love to hear what your intention is behind that.
Well, we started getting serious about YouTube in 2019. We were introducing composite decking, or we were trying to make more of a push to promote composite decking. And so one of our salespeople, we kind of decided that we were going to do just like a weekly show, just a weekly video. And his name is Wade, so we called the show The Wade Show. And so we ended up doing hundreds of videos over the course of 4 years or so. And originally we kind of went off the cuff, didn't really script anything. And then we ended up buying a green screen, and then we started buying some video editing software, and then we started writing scripts, and it just kind of grew from there. But one of a benefit to it that we really didn't realize at the time was the impact of SEO, or impact on SEO to rank for those keywords that you want to rank for. Yes, that was just kind of an added bonus to us. But then we started to, I guess, create content that we wanted to rank for, and then there was more strategy behind it in that aspect. But now we've kind of moved on to, we'll do some shorts. Just the organic reach is so much greater with shorts we've seen, and it's a lot easier, a lot quicker for us to film and then edit and then post.
Oh, nice. Are those more so just like pull out your camera, take a quick video, post it to Shorts?
Not quite. They are scripted, but they're not in front of a green screen. There's some editing that has to be accounted for too, as far as time, but we can typically turn those shorts faster than we can like a 5-minute video.
Yeah. So what you found, so say you have like some sort of informational video about composite decking, and you have composite decking in the title of the video, you have it in the description. So you're kind of saying that when maybe somebody goes to Google and they do some sort of search on composite decking, that it will pull up for maybe that video.
Right. But we try to localize it even further, because if we create a video, we're in Texas and somebody in Minnesota finds the video, we're probably not going to get that sale.
Yeah.
Well, we'll take the view, but we're probably not going to turn that into a sale.
Yeah.
So we'll try to take it a step further and localize it to where it's location relevant.
Oh, nice. So how are you doing that? Is it just in the description of the video that you're adding some keywords there, or is there a tool that you can localize videos for?
Well, we use SEMrush, and so we'll do keyword research, and we'll look at search engine results pages to see, number one, if there's a YouTube link on page 1 for that search term, because it's constantly evolving. But like if you do composite decking Texarkana, and there's 3 YouTube links that are showing up on page 1, we'll try to plug into those keywords so that we take up those video links. So
there you go.
You not only do you have your website, but you also have 3, or whatever the number is, YouTube links on page 1.
Yeah, that localization, I'm sure, is really helpful. And I think it's super cool that you guys are using YouTube, because YouTube is a massive search engine itself. But yeah, the way that it links to Google and other search engines is really cool. I mean, it really is a powerful platform. And if you can have, employees or people to kind of help you make videos, it can be really great. So that's awesome. I'm curious, Adam, in your journey doing social media, YouTube included, have there been any kind of challenges that you've had to overcome at all? Maybe in terms of learning something new, or just maybe getting people involved in content? Has there been anything that's been particularly challenging along that journey?
Consistency, posting consistently is can be a challenge. Building out your content calendar, and then I don't know, maybe reiterating and changing it, or it seems like there's built-in recommendations on the best time to post for organic, but I don't know that that's always accurate. May just be my experience, but trying to figure out when to post to get the most reach organically, and then trying to get the most, or trying to create your posts so that they are shared, liked, people comment on them. Because it's a constant. I guess it's always evolving, at least for us, to try to figure out what's going to do well, and maybe what message we need to get out, but we know that the engagement's not going to be as high, but we still need to get the message out.
That's like where the two worlds collide. You've got this message, and then you've got this kind of format. Like it's like a format issue. Like how can I share this where it gets the most engagement? That's the creative process for me.
Right.
Yeah. In terms of times to post, this is what I have found. LinkedIn, I don't post on Fridays. No, in my experience, engagement is down on Fridays, which makes sense. And then, like after I'm in the central time zone, and after probably maybe noon, I find that engagement kind of goes down on LinkedIn as well. But Instagram and Facebook are a little bit more tricky, because people use them for personal use too. So yeah, I don't know, maybe it's some trial and error.
For sure. And there's different mindsets of people. They're in a different mindset when they're on LinkedIn versus whenever they're on Instagram versus if they're on Facebook, whether they want to learn something, they just want to be entertained.
Yeah.
So you kind of got to create your content with that in mind too.
100%. So my last question for you, Adam, is what advice would you give from your own experience to another LBM dealer who's trying to use social media as a marketing platform?
I would say, at least in my experience, just start posting. Number one, figure out what's getting engagement, what people are reacting to, figure out how to turn that into an ad, and then put some spend behind it and run Facebook ads and double down on it and just keep doing that.
I love it. I love the plugging of the paid social media because a lot of the times I just focus on organic and some other people too, but that's definitely an aspect that I'm sure can be really powerful.
Yeah, I'm sure, if you evaluate what you spend your advertising dollars on, you could probably reallocate some spend to social media and have a better return on that investment.
Yeah, totally. And just one final question that I forgot to ask, which social media scheduler do you use?
Oh, well, I'm sort of ashamed to say, but I use Meta Business Suite.
Oh, no, don't be ashamed. That works.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
For Facebook and Instagram, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's just good to know because there are so many out there that it's just interesting to kind of hear what people are using. That's all the questions I have for you today, Adam. I really appreciate you taking some time out of your day to join us on the podcast, and I hope you enjoyed it as well.
Thank you. I did. Thank you so much.